Maddie, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you taking this time just to talk a little about the Secret Agent Society program, so that people can get to see you, to hear you, and to actually understand a little bit more about the program.
Yeah, excited to share more.
Thank you, thank you. So, can you tell us a little bit about like what the Secret Agent Society or SAS program is all about?
Yeah, so the Secret Agent Society, our little SAS program is a group of 8 to 12-year-olds, and we're all coming together and we're learning how to be amazing secret agents. And so basically what we're learning to do within that is learn things like our body clues and our emotionometers and those sorts of things, kind of learning to work out ways better to interact with others and better to interact with ourselves.
Fantastic. Okay. And what is it that you'd expect people to see as a result of having come along to the program?
So with the program, a lot of the focus is on how we're interacting with ourselves and with others. So what we would expect is both for parents to have better tools on understanding when their children are feeling a bit stressed or a bit anxious and how they can help them. But we also expect the kids to have better tools for that. And the tools that they learn early on in the program help them throughout in kind of learning to recognize bullying and making new friends and entering new social situations. So we use those tools of emotional regulation and those sorts of things to help us build social skills.
Fantastic. Sounds really good. And it's for 8 to 12-year-olds, isn't it?
Yeah, we find that it's a pretty exciting time because the whole program is designed around being an agent, and there's all sorts of secret codes and things that we're learning where they're mentors and they have mentors at school, and that sort of imagination that's part of the program is so important, and 8 to 12 is a really great time to be involved in that.
Okay. And if you had a 12-year-old that's a lot more mature and maybe isn't going to get us hooked up in that imagination, what would your advice be there? Like, would they fit the group or would they not so well? Would it cause issues for the group?
It really depends on the 12-year-old. So younger 12-year-olds that are still very into imagination play and who are still very keen on kind of, exploring those sorts of themes, I think would do really well in the program. When they're starting to get a little bit older and they're probably moving away from that, or they're playing in different ways with people at school, and particularly as they're entering high school, I'd say that there are a lot of the skills from SAS that are useful, but probably the program as a whole wouldn't be as suitable.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it really depends on the 12-year-old. And I suppose this is all part of why you do the interviews. There's that whole process of interviewing the kids. And I think, do you interview the parents as well before accepting into the program?
Yeah. So we really get to know parents or guardians and the children as well, so that we have a bit of a gauge on where we're starting from and how much progress we make throughout. And the other thing being, there's quite a big component of involvement from the parents. So we have secret missions every week, where every week our job could be to work on our play code or our conversation code and using our decoder ring and those sorts of things. What we want them to do is to be able to practice those things with mum and dad and to practice these things with their siblings. So it does take a bit of involvement from the families, and that's something I guess we're kind of looking into initially and making sure parents are comfortable with.
Fair enough. And am I right in thinking it's like 30 minutes a day that's expected from the parents? Yeah. So it's quite a big commitment all around, isn't it? It's a big program, and it's about consolidating those skills at home.
Yeah, but it's a big program that also is very useful. And it's not just in terms of them making friends. We have something called a fire engine signal, which can tell you I need a bit of a break and I can do this at home. And you can know that that means I need a bit of time out to just kind of work myself out. I think it's a really helpful skill to build on, but it does take a little bit of practice like anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Nice.
It's been awesome to learn a little bit more about it, and obviously to get that out there. And of course, we've got a groups coordinator, and you, as one of our facilitators, is available to answer questions as well.
Always happy to talk.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Maddie.
Thanks.
Okay.